Right. Yo, guys, what is up? I hope you're having a great day so far. So I've got a really funny video. It is, of course, a news clip of some of the shenanigans that's going on with government shutdown and investing money and resources. And I found this clip that I thought you guys would think is funny, and I just wanted to show it to you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. Here we go.
In a former Biden flack, delve deep into the roots of crime. Just kidding.
I need to move my face, don't I?
Here's what you say we ought to invest in. Instead of funding the police, here's what we ought to invest in. We need to invest in programs that acknowledge the need for safe space initiatives led by lesbian, gay, bisexual, two-spirit, trans, and gender nonconforming people. What's two-spirit?
Well, look, I don't know exactly. You guys are pulling some interesting quotes.
This is from your report.
Bro, he's reading from your report. What are you talking about, Mr. Jackson Jr.?
Yeah, because when we think about crime, we don't think cops, prosecutors, or prison. We think of a cross-dressing crazy horse.
Oh.
Now, you might be...
Look. Here's my thing. Like, why do we need specific spaces for queer and gay people? We don't get specific spaces for straight people. We don't get specific spaces for trans people. We don't get specific spaces for furries or for aliens or for, let's say, people who identify as a werewolf or a dire wolf. Here's another thing. Can you prosecute a dire wolf? Because I am one, okay? It's just funny, like the insanity. Let's give gay people their own space and make them feel safe. No one's actively persecuting gay people. In fact, I think gay people have more rights than Americans, standard white male American, straight white male American. It is what it is. Why do they get more spaces? If they get a space, can I get one too? I need a safe space away from gay people, It's just, if you're going to say that's what you need and be stereotypical that way, then I also can say I would like a place away from that, because I do have 2 children and I do love them. And I don't want them around that stuff.
Be asking, what the hell is two-spirit? No,
What
it's
is
not what
two-spirit?
Kamala Harris orders before she switches to wine. But maybe the guy who used the term can define it.
What is two-spirit? You say don't fund the police, but do fund programs that create safe.
Okay, look at this guy. Here's a scenario. He's in his $1 million mansion. He's in his several $1 million mansion, because this guy lives in a very big house, by the way. Very, very big. Do your research on him, okay? What happens when someone breaks in his house, steals his stuff, and holds him at gunpoint? Who does he call? The police. But if they're defunded, oh, we don't have enough units. Sorry, Mr. Jackson Jr., we can't send anybody over. Well, you're racist. Well, you defunded the police.
Safe spaces for two-spirit people. What is? I just want to know. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Well, I honestly, I'm not
don't
completely
either.
aware of the language or
You
the
wrote
spirit
the
of how that was
report?
written.
You wrote the
But what I'm
report.
telling you is that what we
What is a
advocate for.
two-spirit individual? I mean, really,
He's not letting
this
him
is
go.
This is your
Good.
policymaker's playbook.
Hold him accountable.
You are the witness called by the Democrats on this committee, so I assume you reflect their views.
Well,
you don't want to fund the police. You want to fund safe spaces for two-spirit individuals.
This was his own report. He couldn't explain it.
It's
I haven't seen a
ridiculous.
den this panic
that's
since
a
Jerry Nadler thought it was
DEI,
just a
man.
fart. Bring it home, Josh.
This guy's
What is a two-spirit person?
he's
I feel
on
like
fire.
I'm looking at a two-faced individual, because you talk about
Oh,
reducing
no, sir.
violence.
You're looking at somebody who's
You're also
reading you
speaking
your
out
own
against
words, and I'd
violence.
like.
Oh, here comes the race card. Here comes the race card. He can't be accountable because he's a loser of a person. Oh, I've lost. Here comes the race card. You're racist. You're two-faced. You're evil. What else do you have, Mr. Jackson? Can you prove any of this? Can you actually read your report?
like to hear an answer.
Programs.
Here's the answer. The answer is you don't have any solutions. You
Boom.
want to invest in gobbledygook and take away money from police officers who actually keep our communities safe. And when you're called on the record, you deny it. It's all there in
invested
black
in
and
law
white. And your
enforcement. We
record is
invested
there
in
in black and
community-based
white,
solutions.
and it's a
We
disgrace.
reduced.
Yeah, you're a disgrace, brother. Oh, they.
You're right.
Yeah.
So why
they
does
canceled
Two-Spirit
it.
matter? Because it reveals what passes for progressive thought these days.
God, what a degenerate. You got to realize these idiots are the ones running our country sometimes. Like, these are the members of Congress and the Senate. These are people who pass laws. These are people who vote on things that dramatically change our life, for most of the time the worse. Does Jackson Jr., does he deserve to be in an office? He doesn't even know what he wrote. And then he calls him racist? Dude, you're terrible. Just do your job. Do your job and shut up. Don't be an idiot.
Cut and paste operation, plagiarism among fellow travelers. And it explains how all these terms spread like monkeypox at a rollerblade convention.
Oh my goodness.
That's where
The
it started.
quad gods.
They take the latest term
Gay
and they
quad
plug
gods.
it in and press send. But not only didn't they write it, they didn't even read it. It's like a woke version of a Jesse Waters book.
Troubling tales from
That's what
Brooklyn.
Hawley exposed. Jackson didn't write the words he claimed to stand behind. He didn't even know the words. But hey, maybe the auto pen broke into his office in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But Hawley committed the cardinal sin when it comes to the left. He read their own words back to them, which made them look stupid.
Isn't that nuts?
And there's nothing worse for a Democrat than looking dumb. Although I have to admit, they should be used to it by now.
I mean, I haven't seen any intelligent Democrat speech in the last decade. I'm just going to be honest with you.
So why is it important for us to ask the left what they've said or written in the past? Because the press won't. Look at who's running for mayor in New York City. Now we hear that Mom Donnie didn't actually mean defund. You know he said it. But now that murder is back to being unpopular, it's like, hey, let's forget the whole eliminate the police thing.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom, now that men and women's sports isn't the virtue signal it was supposed to be, he acts like he never backed the insanity. And
He'll never
depends
win
on
the
the press to back
presidency.
him up. And for years, Dems pledged free health care to illegals, but now the right's calling them out and they deny it. So explain this.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Oh, gosh.
Ouch. Don't you hate it when the
Wow.
past shows up to mock the present?
That's like a self-report. That's like you on Dota just like feeding 10 kills, and then they're like, did you mean to feed? And you're like, heck yeah, brother.
But I get it. These hacks built their careers on placating radicals with empty rhetoric. But now they're being exposed. Still, you know who I really feel sorry for? Not the politicians. They already have jobs. What about all those high school and college kids who don't have jobs yet, but embrace the woke mob posting things on social media that make them unhireable to companies?
Wow.
I mean,
Okay, so if Harvard funds genocide, where are the murders to prove that? There's not even one. It just goes to prove you can say anything about anything. Honestly, I'm just surprised that the Republicans haven't called the Democrats actual fascists, because technically, by their attitude and their rhetoric and the way they deal with political violence and their base does, the Democrats are literally definitionally fascist and socialist. If you want to talk about deaths on parties, let's talk about how many people the Democrat Party has taken in the last 10 years. Now, first of all, there hasn't been a genocide since Hitler. There just, I mean, there hasn't been. They're just not in America, at least, that I'm aware of. And so when they say things like this, I mean, these are like, it's become such a liquidated, I mean, it's become such a watered down term now. People just throw it out like it's no big deal. Like, oh, he's just a Nazi. Dude, you need to realize, like, millions and millions of people were killed because they were Jews, and the Nazis targeted him. That's wrong. In our modern politics today, nobody has even come within a millionth of a percent of anything close to the insane ideologies of Hitler, except for the Democrats. A lot of their policies are built in hate, just like the Nazis. I'm just saying, if we want to compare apples to apples, the Nazis, the Democrats are the closest to Nazis. The Republicans aren't even in the same universe.
Would you want to hire someone who posts pictures of their family and bowling trophies?
Let's move the
Or
face
someone
back.
who only posts free Palestine flags, BLM posts, and Dylan Mulvaney squatting over a clamshell?
Oh my gosh, what is that?
So it might be smart to show this clip of Holly to your college-age kids. Ask them, do you think you could explain the terms that you so freely throw around on Instagram? Do you even understand what socialism is, what defunding means?
That's right.
Or
Do
who
you even
Charlie
know?
Kirk really was? And how does a 2Spirit fight crime, actually?
How does it
Holly revealed what happens when you ask basic questions. The whole woke front collapses like an IKEA bed when Rosie's breaking in a new vibrator.
What party is she a part of? Take a second guess.
Come on, man.
I'm making a
my
point.
mouth was open.
Because wokeism was never an intellectual movement. It's a copy machine.
That's
It
right.
spreads because nobody reads, nobody asks, and nobody dares to say, wait, what the hell does that even mean? Is this making anyone's lives better? What the hell is pansexual, an Asian massage parlor?
I
And they
still
don't
don't know
dare
what that is,
ask
by the
because they're
way.
too afraid of losing status.
I'm scared to
So they
know.
went with the flow, and now they look absurd. It's why Trump won, and they lost. They embraced 2Spirit, and we broke their spirit.
The thing I don't understand about the Democrats is the Republicans, since Trump's election in 24, have given Democrats every answer, every way out. We've given them a strategy guide. We've even told them why they lost the election. We've even told them what mistakes they made. We've even given them a guide to make sure it doesn't happen in the future. They talk about transgender surgeries for children and hormone blockers and women playing in men's sports. And we talk about doing the right thing, loving your neighbor, spending money properly, not wasting taxpayer money, doing the right thing with resources, being a good neighbor, stopping wars, being a peacekeeper. We've given them a strategy guide, and still they have no clue what they're doing. They are literally destroying themselves. I have a firm belief in 10 years they will not be a major party. They are literally crucifying themselves. They're hanging themselves up to dry, and no one's going to save them. And it's so painful to watch because there are many people who are Democrats who I think are good people. They're not socialist Democrats. They're old-fashioned. You know, they grew up Democrat. Dadgum white. They grew up Democrat. Their mom and dad was. And you know, not too long ago, 30, 40 years ago, the Democratic Party was the working man's party. Today, the modern Republican Party. That's who the Democratic Party used to be. But things have changed. Things have changed quickly, and that is no longer the case. But I don't understand how we could give them the guide, right? We give them everything they need to win, and they still lose. It's baffling.
With our very own words. Let's welcome tonight's guest!
Uh-oh.
This comedian quit booze, unless it's coming from the audience. Comedian Rich Voss. She was once one of DC's most powerful people under 40 pounds. Financial analyst Heather Zumaraga. She always stands her ground unless there's a
I can
strong
tell.
breeze. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Captain. And when he walks into a building,
I
the
love
building
this guy
says,
right
ouch.
here.
New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion guitarist.
He's huge, by the way. If you've seen
Rich,
him in real life,
I guess I
he's
should wish
massive.
you well on this Jewish holiday.
I didn't even realize it. I'm not very religious.
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that because I was working a club
Yeah.
and they were yelling, "Boo, go home." And they were going, "Jew, go home." Oh. But I was happy that they weren't going boo and they liked my comedy.
You'd rather have an anti-Semitic fan.
Oh, a fan is a fan.
He said, I take them how I get them.
Listen, you can't turn them away.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when they never come.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of the word two-spirit or words?
I don't, for me, years ago, I lost my spirit. I have none left. The second I got married, but the thing is, I'm very pro-cop,
Yeah.
And although, hold on, I'm going to get to something.
Okay.
I don't care too much for him. Let's see what this guy says.
Listen, he's going to build a teepee, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to build a teepee.
So
I just saw so many people shaking their heads.
People are like, oh, we got to hit Colbert. Let's go.
Oh, Lord.
Iris! What?
Oh,
Can you say anything after that?
Listen, I felt bad for the brother. I just felt like it's like culturally certain things just make me laugh because it's just so different.
Yeah.
When black men get caught in lies, we always try to like laugh our way out of that.
Yeah.
What? I said, what? Like,
My friends do the
he
same
was like,
thing.
I said, are you sure you got the right dude? Is that me?
No, that
He
ain't
didn't
me.
write that. He got the job.
Yeah.
They said sign here, and then he thought he could just wing it, but homie was ready for him.
Yeah.
And this is what bothers me. Like, you got to if you're lying, you got to be creative.
Yeah.
You got to throw it back on him.
Yes.
It's like, what is a two-spirit animal? And then they're having a back and forth engage, and then you got to just break a movie quote. Look, I provide protection for certain groups of people. Do you know what two-spirit is? You can't handle the truth.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. Tyrus is an absolute unit, man. He's such a strong guy. And Tyrus actually hated Donald Trump before he did the interview with him. He was completely anti-Trump. And then he met him, and you ought to watch the interview with him about how Trump, spent 30, 40 minutes talking to his daughter about what she wanted to be when she grew up and what kind of horses she liked and what does she do for fun. I mean, he loved on her, man. He had no place to do that. The cameras weren't rolling. It's just it's those little moments like that put a joy in my heart. But anyway, I like this video because it's showing the just blatant ignorance that a lot of these people have, these DEI candidates, because you can't tell me that guy knew what was going on. That guy had no clue. I mean, he showed up. He had his name on the report. He wrote the report, from what I understand he did. And then he's like, I didn't write that. It's like, bro, just because you say you didn't write it doesn't mean that you get off the hook. I mean, this isn't like, oh man, that weed ain't mine. That's, that it's in the car, but it ain't mine. It's like, yeah, the cop's going to believe that, and the thing is, the guy didn't expect the guy to just read the exact document and then ask him a literal question. And as soon as he asked that question, the guy kind of threw the race card, talking about he was two-faced and this, that, and the other, and how dare he. And it's just like, man, come on. Don't write reports if you don't know what you're doing. Don't. If it's in a report, at least be able to be creative with it, like Tyrus was saying, And it's funny, he said that, people like to laugh their way out of things. I've got some friends that I do apartment complexes with, the maintenance staff, and every time they get caught in something, they do the exact same thing. They kind of say, oh, yeah, I didn't know about that. Ha, ha, ha. They start laughing, and they're like, oh, I'm going to fix it, though. I'm going to get it right. Don't worry. That was the last guy. I'm the new guy. I got this. You give me your number, I'm going to have you handled. It's just so freaking funny. But anyway, this was a classic example of Democrats getting cornered, and I like the air of accountability that our culture is now enforcing. I think it's always good to be accountable. If you're not accountable, you never improve. And if you never improve, you're not worth what you're trying to offer to the society. So that's why two parties are really, really good for our society, or three parties even. Competition breeds innovation. And innovation for the sake of innovation is never good, But innovation for the sake of improvement is always good. Like I say, if you've got one dominant party and the other party's kind of a loser or laughingstock, then that one party becomes an echo chamber of radical ideas, right? But when you have multiple parties talking multiple vantage points, now all of a sudden we can come to the table and we can see different sides of a coin. And then we make decisions that benefit more people that way. The more competition, the better. If we had three major parties, like let's say we had Republican, Democrat, and the American Party, or the Tea Party, or whatever party you want to say, and they were all three highly competitive, it would be even better. Because, like I said, competition breeds innovation. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was a little roast from our friend there, and it's always good to see some accountability, being thrown out there and people being held responsible for the dumb stuff they do. I just love accountability, even for myself. But that's about all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again for spending some of your time here and throwing it in the trash. If you did like this content and like to stay updated with stuff like this, make sure you subscribe, leave me a like, and comment down below to get the video out there, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.